Hello, I'm Chris. I'm a content editor and content specialist at Classroom Secrets, and I'm going to introduce you to our maths discussion problems. These are resources that are designed to promote reasoning and problem solving through more challenging problems. These could be used to target certain groups of children, such as greater depth, and deepen their understanding further, which is how I used them when I was a Year 6 teacher, or they could be used as extension activities, or you could even use them for whole class as an opportunity for oracy, perhaps at the end of a lesson. While they are designed for all children to tackle in pairs or small groups and discuss to achieve success through oracy, hence the title, they have the flexibility to be questions for specific children. They can also be used for interventions or parents working with their children at home. These problems build on our reasoning and problem solving resources in that there are multiple answers. Children may be asked to find more than one answer, which promotes their logical thinking skills. An answer is always provided which gives one example answer. These are part of our WRM3 maths scheme, which offers a range of resources for each small step of each year's maths curriculum. Most of our CS maths steps also have them too, so you can be rest assured that your discussion problem needs can be met regardless of what scheme you use. I'll now show you how to access these on the Classroom Secrets website. So I'm now on the Classroom Secrets website, or the homepage I should say, of the website. If I have a specific lesson that I want to find a discussion problem for, I can search for it in this bar up at the top. Let's say I'm a Year 6 teacher and I'm teaching ratio. If I type, looking around my microphone, ratio discuss, if I can spell, problem, in the search bar and press search, it will bring up the resources we've got available. So we can see there are 14 results for ratio discussion problem, and I can scroll through these to have a look at all the different discussion problems available. I quite like the look of this one that just says introduction to the ratio symbol, so I can click here to download it, or I can click into the resource to find out more. In this example, I have actually downloaded this one already, so the arrow showing there is blue because I've already downloaded it, but this one hasn't been downloaded, so the arrow is currently showing as white. So that means you can see at a glance what resources you've already downloaded. Let's click into Introduction to the Ratio symbol. And this main page for that resource tells me more about the discussion problem. It tells me about the context for it, how the resource links to the national curriculum alongside a larger image and some tags. So for example, if I click 6R1 there, it will bring up all resources that are tagged on our website as 6R1, because I may want some other resources that also achieve that as well. If I click download, I will be able to have a look at the resource a bit further. So let's click download and see what it looks like. Okay, I'm now in the discussion problem document. On this first page, it gives you an overview and some details about the resource itself. And the second page has the actual discussion problems. This might be one question, but it can be two questions as it is in this particular example. It depends on the lesson content, but the questions are different, so children have the chance to really develop their skills through discussing. And on page 3, we have the same question presented again, but with the answer in a space underneath. This means that children can easily refer to the question while marking either their own work or that of a peer. So we'll scroll back to page 2. We can see we've got the problem here and the problem here. You can see that both questions are open-ended to encourage discussion, and that both questions have multiple answers, so children will have to really engage and think about what has been learnt during the lesson in order to solve the discussion problem, usually via oracy and teamwork as explained, and also through systematic working. I'm now going to go back to the website to show you another way to find this particular resource. I'm now back on the Classroom Secrets homepage, and this time I'm going to find that Year 6 discussion problem resource via the scheme page rather than searching for it specifically. So if I click scheme, I've then got a choice of two math schemes as well as our GPS and science scheme. So I'm going to click the White Rose Maths 3 aligned scheme here. We've got the year group, I know it's Year 6, so I'm going to click Year 6, that's going to refresh this. We've then got the different terms across here as well. Now the ratio lesson is part of the spring offer, so I've then got the options here. I've got ratio, and over here we can see introduction to the ratio symbol. So I'm going to click on that, which then will show all the different resources for that particular lesson alongside the discussion problem featuring Horatius just there. So there is homework, there's mixed activity, reasoning and problem solving, varied fluency, prior learning, and some PowerPoints available as well. So that's a Year 6 one. Let's have a look at a discussion problem for a different year group within the Classroom Secrets Maths scheme this time. So I've gone back to the scheme page. I'm now going to click CS Maths. So if I was let's say a Year 2 teacher, I click on Year 2, and at the time of recording it's September, so I'm going to need the autumn term, and at the time of recording it's fairly early in September, so we're probably in good old place value, and here are the different lessons for place value. Let's go for numbers to 100 in words. And again, we've got all the different resources available, and there's the discussion problem, so I'm going to click onto that. And this time this is just one question presented in an easy to read format using one of our Classroom Secrets characters. We've got the different fonts that's more accessible for Key Stage 1. Same format for the page there. Let's click download and have a look at it. And there we go. And you can see it follows the exact same format of an open-ended question. If I scroll down, we've got the various answers showing just there. As before, it's in a context that will engage the children, and both these discussion problems and the White Rose Maths aligned discussion problems are designed for immediate printing to save you time, or they can be displayed on a whiteboard for children to work through as a class. The resource has the flexibility to work for the needs for your class and for your children. Again, though, they could also be used for certain groups of children, such as greater depth, or as an extension activity for all, or for whole class discussion. Loads of different possible uses for them. As already said, these are available for the vast majority of small steps for all year groups for either maths scheme, so you can incorporate them easily into your daily maths practice and help children achieve success through discussion and oracy. We hope these will be of use to you. Enjoy deepening maths discussions in your classroom.